Hello, everyone. This is Linda Drummond with Network in Action. And today I have the privilege of speaking with Joel Holder. Hi, Joel. How are you?
I'm good, Linda. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Joel, let's begin by telling everyone the company name and what it is you do.
Yes, ma'am. So I work for PTSD Foundation of America, Camp Hope. PTSD Foundation of America is the center of excellence for PTSD for male combat veterans currently. We have a 5-year plan in place to expand those services to female veterans and our first responder community. Camp Hope is a service that we provide. It's a 7 to 9 month program, on-site residential program for male combat veterans that are struggling with PTSD and self-medicating.
All right. How did you get into this business?
So I had a 30-year career in corporate America, working for organizations like IBM, Oracle, AT&T, Sprint. And I had volunteered for Camp Hope for years. And so when I got turned 50, actually 52, um, I was looking for a change. What did I want to do over the next, what I thought would be 15 years before retirement? And the co-founder and executive director of our organization approached me and asked if I would be interested in coming on board, being that I had 30 years in technology sales experience working with SMB mid-market Fortune enterprise Fortune 500 accounts. They needed somebody that could come in and help with their current database systems, as well as engage their existing donor database and solicit new lines of revenue streams for donor partnerships.
Okay, great. So, Joel, what you've done is just amazing. I mean, what the foundation has done. And I know that you have success stories. Would you mind sharing one with us?
Actually, yeah. So, the VA, we're completely 100% donor funded. We don't take any money from the government. Our services are absolutely free of charge to the veteran and their family members. When they work through our outreach program to come over to Camp Hope, we go through intake, right? And we take down all their information, who their creditors are, who their mortgage is through, who they're paying rent to, who their children are, their spouses, what their birthdays are, what their wish list is for Christmas and their birthday. All of that information gets taken in because we want the veterans to focus just on themselves while they're here, and address some of those issues that they're having with regards to PTSD that they got in service to our great nation. The success story that I have, and not taking any money from the federal government, because the VA solution typically is to medicate, medicate, medicate. We have some veterans that come in on 30 different prescriptions. They
Hmm.
don't know whether they're going up, down, or sideways. And our job is to get them down to a very minimal amount, if not all zero out completely. And so the success stories on that is the VA touts there's 22 veteran suicides a day. And there's outside studies that actually calculate that at 44 suicides a day. And so our number one goal is to alleviate or eradicate veteran suicide. And through that, that goes through a spiritual program, right? We are a Christian based organization. However, we believe firmly in a power greater than yourself that can restore you to sanity, because we have Wiccan, we have Muslim, we have Buddhist, we have all different types of denominations that come through our program. The success story is that the VA, through medicating, typically has a 20 something percent success rate, where ours is up in the upper 40% success rate. Also, if our veterans come through and at any time during those 7 to 9 months they don't feel that they're ready to go to the next level, the next phase in the program, we start the program over. Is completely custom tailored to the veterans' needs. If they graduate the program and get out in the real world and think that, they're not ready for that and they need to come back, we welcome them with open arms. And one of the biggest things to point out is this is not only for honorably discharged veterans, it's also for dishonorable charged veterans, because we find that a large portion of our veterans that were dishonorably discharged were typically self-medicating, which got them in trouble in service for, say, 4 tours in Iraq and 2 tours in Afghanistan. They were self-medicating, and for that they were punished. And so we work with Veterans Court. We also work with the homeless organizations in our community here in Greater Houston area, and then also throughout the U.S. So the success story is when we're able to get those veterans that are in need to come into Camp Hope and go through that 7 to 9 month program, and to see that transformation from the first 30 days of intake to the what we call black, red, yellow, and green phase. And so to see that growth and development through those different phases up to graduation, it's just a remarkable experience. And we're just so grateful to be able to do what we do.
That's wonderful. So, Joel, what sort of referrals are you looking for? Who do you want walking through that door?
So obviously, our organization wants referrals for veterans that are in need. We have veterans dating back to the Vietnam era that are at Camp Hope right now that have not addressed trauma over decades of time. This is not always necessarily trauma that is happened in combat. It could be childhood trauma that was never addressed, and they went into the military to get some type of structure. It could be trauma that was experienced after the military. We have a lot of veterans that lose more of their brothers and sisters in service to our country after they get out of service than they did when they were actually in service. So there's all types of triggers for PTSD. So the referrals we would be looking for from that perspective are friends and family members, anyone out there, the veterans themselves calling in and getting us engaged and involved through our outreach teams. The other type of referrals we would like, it's $177 a day per veteran to house, feed, clothe. That's 3 meals a day. The electricity, the insurance rates on housing that many combat, up to 120 combat veterans, are astronomical. So, all the things that you can possibly imagine, from toothbrushes and toilet paper to shoes and boots. So from that perspective, it's the 4 T's. It's treasure, time, talent, testimony. Treasure is always great. We need the treasure, right? We currently operate on a $12 million budget. 5 million of that is actual operating costs of Camp Hope. And we'd like to get that number increased because we'd be able to help more veterans in need and extend our services to not only male combat veterans, but female veterans, as well as our first responder community. That's our 5 year trajectory, our 5 year goal, which we've already tried to start implementing now. And then if you're not able to provide treasure, we'd like your time. We rely heavily on our volunteers. We have a volunteer day here at Camp Hope. It's every Wednesday morning. We have a volunteer coordinator that sets all that up. We were blessed last year in 2024 with 492 events. However, as a 501(c), we're only legally allowed to host 3. That's our annual gala, our barbecue cook-off appreciation, and a golf tournament. The other 400 and some odd events are hosted by Rotaries, Legions, corporations. Do you give volunteer days at your company? Does your company give you volunteer days? Do they have an ERG program? Referral of who is in the philanthropic area within your organization, even to office managers. Like, we have Katz's Coffee as one of our largest supporters, and they have a line of coffee for Camp Hope, for PTSD Foundation of America. So send an email, send one of our posts with our coffee and see if your company would be interested in purchasing our coffee. We have marathons that we go to. We have clay shoots. We have golf tournaments. We have rugby teams that host events for us. The list goes on ad infinitum. We're so blessed with all the people that step up and host events for us. We had a crawfish bash recently. We have poker runs with veteran motorcycle clubs. The list just goes on, right? And then if you don't have the time, what's your talent? Are you a tradesman, a skilled tradesman, a plumber, an electrician, a landscaper, a doctor, lawyer, a veterinarian? These are all different types of, are you in the business field? Can you come out and do mock interviews with our guys that once they get through the program, we ask two questions. Are you going to go to school? Or are you going to go to into the workforce? So we work with like Chase Bank and other organizations that will help us get LinkedIn profiles set up, mock interviews, resume writing, etc. So what's your talent, right? Are you a digital marketer? Anything and everything we can utilize here. And then, of course, the last, if you don't have the treasure, you don't have the time or the talent, um, testimony. Tell everybody that you've heard about Camp Hope and the foundation and what we do for veterans. Like our social media pages. We're currently on Twitter, X, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Feel free to share our posts, like our posts, help us get the word out for these events that we have going on. And then also our graduates, right? When they graduate every month, help us celebrate those graduates. So the four T's.
Awesome. All right. Now, when you are not helping the veterans and out trying to raise funds to get them taken care of, what do you like to do for fun?
That's a great question. I just recently got engaged. Very excited
Congratulations.
about that. Thank you very much. She's absolutely amazing. She works for Baylor College of Medicine, which is also a 501(c) in the endowment division. And we like to travel. We like to go visit family when we can. Being that we have so many events here at Camp Hope, weekends are typically at one of those types of events because they're all fun, right? Who doesn't want to go to a crawfish bowl? Who doesn't want to go hang out at a marathon downtown? Or we've recently partnered with the Houston Texans and we're going to be doing some stuff with them when football season kicks off. And we do some things with the Astros Foundation. So going to a baseball game. One of the things we really like to do is the restaurants that support us, right? Meal donors, Gringos, Tex-Mex, and Jimmy Changa's, Federal American Grill. There's something coming up with Texas Roadhouse here soon, Trulux, Del Frisco's. So we like to give back to those organizations that support us. So we always like to find a restaurant somewhere, maybe in a different part of town, that we can go and have a nice dinner. And so yeah, so I would say travel and eating out is probably two of the things that we like to do.
Great. And finally, if someone wants to reach out to you, maybe volunteer, maybe give money, or they know someone, how can they reach you?
Certainly. So thanks for asking that. You can call me on my direct line. My direct line is 713-997-4666. Again, that's 713-997-4666. And that is a direct line that'll ring not only my office, but it's also forwarded to my cell phone as well. If you'd like to send a text message, my mobile number is area code 512-520-6456. Again, 512-520-6456. And if you'd like to drop me an email, it's really easy. It's my first name dot last name, Joel, Joel dot Holder, Holder at ptsdusa.org.
Well, Joel, it has been such a pleasure speaking with you and learning more about the organization. I wish you the best of luck and welcome to Network in Action.
Thank you so much, Linda. I'm very excited to be a part of this organization and I'm looking forward to contributing.
Great. You have a fantastic day.
You too, ma'am. Bye bye.
Thanks.